פרקפט, ולבוא לבחינת בשר, and to come to that aspect of being flesh, of the tzaddik, הוא על ידי השימוש, by being the helper of the rabbi, את החכם, of the wise person. נעשה בחינת בשר לחכם. We become to be an aspect of flesh to the wise. Only by shimush a person can become to be like the body of his rabbi, to become to be a proper student to his rabbi.
What shimush?
Shimush. Helping.
Being a shamash.
Someone to help him. The main way of shimush, we need to understand what it is. It's to the same thing, but actually to understand the moment of all of that. To be a shamash of the Rav, it means to help the Rav to achieve what he needs to achieve. It's to be there for him in what that he wants to achieve. This is what it means to be a shamash of the Rav. If he needs a tissue, you need to bring him a tissue. If he needs a hand, give him a hand. If he doesn't need you over there and he wants you to do something else, you need to be over there. If he wants you to be in the field, you need to be in the field. If he wants you to go afatzah, to distribute the wisdom, so this is your job, this is your shimush. As long as you're doing it as a shamash of a Rav, as a student of a Rav. If you remember a Rav when you're doing the shimush, so you're a shamash of a Rav. But if you understood that he wants you to do something and then you're going over there and you forget a Rav, so you're not a shliach anymore. You're not a messenger of a Rav. You're a messenger of a Rav only when you remember a Rav. That you are a messenger. That you're doing it as a messenger of a Rav. Saying to yourself, I'm a shliach of my Rav, I'm doing all of the time what the Rav told me to do. There was one time that there was a person, a tzaddik, that saw that the Baal Shem Tov gave a certain segula to a woman that she was very sick, and she been healed by that segula. And after it, someone came to him with the same sickness, so he gave her the same segula that he saw, that, and it didn't help, it didn't work. So he came to students of Baal Shem Tov and he asked them why it didn't work. They saw exactly what the Baal Shem Tov done and they done exactly the same. So they said, the answer to him, it's not the segula that was bringing the refuah, it was the Baal Shem Tov that was bringing the refuah. When you do that segula, when you're a Baal Shem Tov, it's working. You're not a Baal Shem Tov, it's not working. It's not the segula that brings the refuah. It's the Baal Shem Tov that brings the refuah. So, you say, alright, I'm going to give shiurim, I'm going to teach. If you're doing it because you want to be called a rabbi or because something like that, you're not going to be able to transfer the wisdom of your Rav, because the Rav is not there with you. If you want to be a rabbi, if you want to be important, if you're not a helper of a Rav. So to become to be the flesh of a Rav needs to be happy with you, to be happy with his flesh. And they're checking us all of the time. The rabbis, the leaders, they're always checking us, every time. Even if you cannot see it, all of the time there is a, how you say, zchufit magdelet? Magnified. All of the time, checking every movement. There is tests even, and Rav Shalom said it, that a person can be pushed into a situation that he's so weak, so tired, he's not happy at all, he's frustrated, he's poor, he's got all of the lackings. And now someone's going to sit with him, going to start talking to him Lashon Hara, on Harav, on Hashem, on Rabbeinu, on Breslev. You're going to start talking to him Lashon Hara. And they brought him to that situation just to see how he's going to react now in his poverty, in his weakness, to Lashon Hara on his rabbi. And they're just checking. If now you're going to fail in Lashon Hara on your Rav, you're going to say, yeah, you're right, he's rich, he doesn't care, he's busy, he's I don't know what. Even if you're going to say good words, but in your heart you're going to have a grudge, tina, to your rabbi. So you cannot go to the next level that they try to bring you to. If you're always going to know, it's good, it's all good, Hashem always good, you're always going to hold that point in a strong, insist to hold that point of truth, that it's all good, that Rav for sure is with him, he never leaves him, he loves him. One of the friends here told me, he asked me a question, and I answered to him in a way that he didn't like that answer. He was talking to me about a lot of hours of Hitbodedut. And I told him, I think that you shouldn't do more than 1 hour Hitbodedut a day. Maybe 1 hour and 15 minutes, not more than that. And for him it was hard. I said, why? And to do 2 hours Hitbodedut. You're talking about 6 hours Hitbodedut. And he said, why not to do that? I told him, I don't think it's going to be good for you to do that. And he accepted it. He didn't argue with me, but it was hard for him. And from one day to the other, it was harder and harder for him in the Hitbodedut. He was asking Hashem, why? Why Rav is saying to me like that? Why Rav is saying to me like that? Why? He's asking it. It's become to be so hard for him after 1 week or so. That he stood up in front of Hashem and he told him, Hashem, I cannot accept, I don't understand it. How can it be? Why he's stopping me from talking to you, to be with you for 6 hours? He felt like that I'm stopping him from being with Hashem. You can understand him. He wants to talk to Hashem, and he's got a lot of things important that he wants to talk to Hashem about. And now he's got only 1 hour to talk to Hashem. He's got the time. He wants to dedicate 2 hours at night after kids are asleep. So what's the problem? Why not to? It was very hard for him. And then Hashem answered to him the Hitbodedut. Because I want you to be with me for 24 hours a day, not only 6, not only 4, not only 2. And if you're going to do 6 or 4 or 2, you're going to be with me in those 2, but you're going to forget me after it. But by having only 1 hour of Hitbodedut a day, you're going to remember me all day long. You're going to miss me. You're going to want me. You're going to wish to find that hour of Hitbodedut also tomorrow, when I'm going to come to do another Hitbodedut. You're going to remember me all of 24 hours a day. And it's something that I didn't thought about that. I said it to him for a different reason, and I still have that reason, and I'm still holding that reason. But look how much it's important to cancel your opinion to the one that you decided that you want to hear his opinion. If you're coming to ask a rabbi for a question, you have to accept it. If you don't want to ask, it's great. Go on. Do what you think that is good. But if you're coming to listen, to accept, to accept. This is why you came. If you're not doing it, you're doing something wrong. You contradict the tzaddik. You contradict the rabbi. You're arguing with him. You're wiser than him. So why you came? To create arguments, to argue, to spend time. Go to Luna Park, to Amusement Park. There's something else in your time. It's written, Le'olam yadur adam bimkom rabo. Always a person has to live in the place of his rabbi. And there is a contradiction. Another braita that is saying, Le'olam al yadur adam bimkom rabo. Don't ever live close to your rabbi. So how can it be? The Gemara is answering, Ha de kaifle, ha de lo kaifle. Here is when you listen to your rabbi, so it's good that you're going to live close to him. But when you're not listening to your rabbi, it's better that you're going to be far. You're going to stay far. Because you're going to damage yourself by contradicting your rabbi. To be a helper of a Rav, to listen to that, to hear the voice of a Rav, you cannot achieve that in one day. You have to make yourself to be part of a Rav, to listen to him, to feel his voice, to hear what he's talking about. If you want to be part of something, you have to make yourself to be like it. For an example, if a Rav is a mashpia and you want to receive from a Rav, you have to be a mashpia. You can come to 100 shiurim and to hear a Rav talks and you're not going to be changed at all. You're going to stay as you are.
What's mashpia?
Mashpia is someone that is influence, helping others. If you're going to sit and accept and accept and accept and accept, and you don't have no hit or a root, waking up from inside to be like the Rav is talking, also to do that, also to find a way, also to be a mashpia, to influence. So you're never going to understand what the Rav is talking about. Because his words are coming from the fact that he is a mashpia. And he's teaching you how to be a mashpia, how to be like him. It's a question that the Bala Sulam is asking. in the book Shamat, in the book of his son, that his name was the Birkat Shalom, the Rav Baruch Shalom, he was writing conversations from his father, from the Baal Sulam. So he explained the question over there, how can it be that the purpose of a person is to be a mashpia, is to be a male that always give and help and support and generous and kind? How can it be? The purpose that Borolam created the world was because he wanted to give his mercy, to be mercy, to lashpia, to the creatures. So actually our job is to receive and not to give. Our job is to receive the shefa from Borolam. This is our job. This is why he created the world, that we're going to receive from him, that he's going to give and we're going to receive. So how can it be that the purpose is to give, and all of the time we're talking about netina, netina, netina? And he's explaining that you cannot receive until you're giving. Only when you're giving you can feel the good things that Hashem is giving to you. You're not going to feel them. You look at money that you have and you say, all right, this is Hashem gave me the money. You don't understand nothing. You're still stuck in the physical side of what had happened here, that Hashem Yitbarach gave you the money. Hashem Yitbarach gave you the money. Hashem Yitbarach is giving you things. You're not leaning on the physical side of it. You're supposed to, we can enjoy from the fact that we can see that Hashem is influencing us, is giving it to us. Even you're not going to taste it. Just the fact that you saw that Hashem is doing it, you already feel the satisfaction. You don't care. You have V'ahavta l'ra'acha kamocha. You're happy from the success of your friend even more than you're happy from your own success. You see your friend, he got married now, you're happy even more than what you're going to be happy in your wedding. I remember that in my wedding, the Rav that was Mesader Kiddushin, the Rav Yochai Raz, it was his first Chatuna that he made. His wife told us, me and my wife after it, that he was more excited to our wedding than he was to their wedding. And it was real. You could see that. He was so excited to do it in Kedusha and to Mamash, he was doing everything that he could. And to his wedding, his wife, she's testifying that he wasn't for sure, that he was. But this is really a person that has got a heart. He's got a heart for everyone. Not to... I remember that I told the Rav something about myself, that a lot of time it's hard for me in the house. I can be in the house a lot of hours every day. A lot of times I'm going at 1 to the house until 8 or maybe until the night and for hours and hours with the kids, with the wife in the house, and it can be hard. And I told that to Rav. Rav Shalom told me, you need to daven on that half an hour every day. On what? That you're going to find the will to influence in the house like that you're influencing outside. Because outside, why? What's the wisdom in it? Why it's hard for you? If you are a Zachar Mashpia, you want to help, so it's not hard to you to help everyone. But you're right. For us, we have Yetzer around it. We want to influence when it's nice, when you receive honor, when people are smiling, when you see people going to the field and have results for that. It's in yeshiva, you see people with the same will. So if you're teaching, so they're going and doing it because they have that will. So you feel like you've done something, you have a success. But in the house, and you're trying to help, and no one is happy, and they have complaints, and you're not fulfilling your obligations, and you need to cancel a lot of things, and no one is honoring you, and everyone can talk to you as they wish, and it can be rough once in an hour. So what are you going to do? So then it's the test. What do you want to do? You want to influence? You want to help? Or that you want your own satisfactions? Until you're going to come to that place that really you're happy to give, and not because you're going to receive a certain reward as a prize, because you gave, not honor, not smiles. You need to be happy from giving. This is what it makes you happy, to give. Not to receive the smile back, not to receive money, the honor, I don't know what, all of the nonsense. So for us, the solution for things like that, it's only to daven on it. You cannot buy it. You cannot go to the supermarket and buy that immediately. You need to work on yourself to surrender to Hashem Yitbarach's will.
Hashem, you want me to surrender, so thank you, Hashem Yitbarach. And now you learn how to give. And you cannot learn how to give without Shalom Bayit. This is why Rav Shalom explained the book of Began HaShalom, that it's a book for Avodat Hashem. It's not a book for Shalom Bayit. It's not a segula for Shalom Bayit to listen to the advice of a Rav. You're going to do them, you're going to have Shalom Bayit. No. If you're going to be arrogant, you will not have Shalom Bayit ever, even if you're going to do exactly what the book is saying. If you're going to be arrogant, you won't have Shalom Bayit. No way. Like I told you, the wife, she's a smoke detector for arrogance. And the moment that you get inside and you're arrogant, she starts beeping. She cannot stand you. She cannot hear you. She cannot. You're going to say the best words that you want. You're going to buy her presents. You're going to listen to her. She cannot breathe when you're there. She cannot. She's suffocated. She sees you, she hates you. Why? Because you're arrogant. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu hates you, so to speak. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is showing to you his anger now. That you're going to wake up, to be kind. There was one of the tzaddikim, there was a situation with the Rabbi Yechiel Alexander, the Admor, Rabbi Yechiel Alexander, that there was a person that his wife, she couldn't bring kids into the world, she was Akara, and all of the poskim that he went to told him that he needs to send a divorce her. And then he came to the Rabbi Yechiel Alexander, and he, against all of the other rabbis, he told that person, you have to keep the relationship with her, the marriage, not to break it. So one of the poskim heard what the Admor said, and he couldn't understand how you got to that conclusion. And he came to talk to Rabbi Yechiel Alexander. So he told him, all of us, we told him that he needs to, and this is the halakha, Shulchan Aruch, he's saying he needs to divorce her. He doesn't have the ability he needs to divorce her. Why you say differently? So he told him, because you are a rabbi that is saying psak by din. You're judging by judgments, by din. And I'm a rabbi that's saying the psak by mercy. Ani posek berachamim. There is a posek that is posek with judgments, but there is a posek that posek berachamim, with mercy. It's a way of psika. You're right, you almost cannot find it outside. Everyone are saying psak. No, you're not allowed. You are allowed. You should. You shouldn't. No, it's not. Everyone are talking like that. Yesterday I heard in the radio at evening, I'm sorry that I hear the radio, that Tachanot Charediyot, it's even worse than the Chilonim Tachanot in a certain way. It's horrible. They have so many nonsense over there. Shtuyot. Two rabbis, huge rabbis in Am Yisrael, I'm not going to mention who they were. They were arguing on things that we can never understand. He's screaming at him, and everyone can hear it, it's in the radio. And he's screaming at him, you're not going to call me with my private name, you're going to say Harav, you're going to honor me. And he's saying to him, how can I honor you if you haven't honored him? And if you're not calling him Harav, so how am I going to call you Harav? And he's saying, no, it's a Chilul Hashem, I am Harav, you're not getting it. And the Shadran in the radio is saying, Aboisai, and it's rabbis, famous rabbis, Rabbanim, huge Rabbanim.
All ego.
And not all, we don't know nothing, but there is something that you cannot hear, cannot accept. And the Shadran, he's putting down the volume, and he's saying, I'm apologizing, it's a Chilul Hashem, we're not allowed to. And on who you're saying the Chilul Hashem? On huge rabbis in Am Yisrael. And it's something that it's tachlis, it's happening. It's not something to what can you do? We need to understand that we're in exile, we're in galut. We're in very, very, very deep galut, very deep galut. That even rabbis, Jewish rabbis, are so far from the truth that you can never even teach them the truth. They're not able to listen to you. Who are you? You're not Baal Tshuva. It's a shtuyot. Who can listen to you? But we have a green light. Where we have a green light? For people like us, for people that are broken, to people that are coming from hell. And the reason that most of the people are like that. They have the ability to receive. They don't have Shalom Bayit, and they need Shalom Bayit. They see that your advice is working, and come to listen to another advice. They don't have Parnasah. They see that you taught him what to do. He's doing it what to do. He finds money. He understands, hey, it's working. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 7 times. This is it. You bought him. He's yours. He's your student. And you think that you cannot do it? Only I can do it. I cannot do it, only Arav can. It's shtuyot. Why? You see that I can do it, and I'm just like you. And if you're going to try to do it, you're going to see that you're going to do it, and your student's going to do it also. Because we have a green light. Because Rabbeinu opened the path. This is it. The salvation already happened. We cannot see it. It takes time. But Rabbeinu brought the Geula already. This is it. He said, Gamarti ve'egmor. I finished already. This is it. Nitzachti. I won. Nitzachti v'anatzach. This is it. He finished. Now we need to have that merit that it's going to go through us. That huge light going to come through us to this world. So we need to cancel ourselves. Again. Well, in the place that you don't want to be cancelled. In the place that you see yourself as an important. That you are, now I want to have this. Alright, this is where you need to cancel yourself. Exactly, this is where you are. This is exactly the place that you need to cancel yourself. I want to get married. I'm 40, I'm 50. This is exactly where you need to surrender to Hashem Yitbarach. Drop that will. What? Yes. Hashem doesn't want you to get married now. If tomorrow he's going to let you know that there is a woman that wants to, so it's great. Hashem doesn't want it to happen until now. So why you want it? You want to have parnasa. Hashem doesn't want you to have parnasa now. Why are you arguing? Because you have a selfish will. No, but my will is for my kids. Hashem doesn't want your kids to have parnasa. What do you want? But I cannot pay my landlord. Okay, but Hashem doesn't want you to pay him. What do you want? Hashem doesn't want you to pay. You made your ishtadlut, you're davening, you're doing tshuva. This is it. You're clean. If you have a problem, so you have a problem with faith, to believe in those words that we're saying to you that you're clean. Alright, so open more books, go to other rabbis and ask questions. I'm going to tell you to go to work. You can do that. If you're going to hold your Judaism over there and you're going to see that you are, Baruch Hashem, it was a better advice, great. If you're going to see that you're falling on your face, that you cannot wake up after it, that mamash, it was a knockout for you to go to work, so come back. And help you to go to the field again, do another Hitbodedut, to see that this is the weapon of our fathers. Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov is their weapon to daven to Hashem Yitbarach. Yaakov Avinu, he was a shepherd. He was rich. What? Why? Because he was a shepherd. Because Borei Olam gave a bracha in his actions. Borei Olam gave a bracha. Abraham Avinu, he started, and suddenly he had hundreds and thousands of goats and sheep. Because of the blessing of Hashem. The bracha is not in the money. The bracha is from Hashem Yitbarach. You can have your parnasa with the smallest hishtadlut. Why do you need that hishtadlut? Because you don't believe that you can have money without hishtadlut. Moshe Rabbeinu, he made a mistake. When Borei Olam told to Moshe Rabbeinu to talk to the stone, and then the water going to come out from the stone, Moshe Rabbeinu made a mistake. He took his staff and hit the stone. And then Am Yisrael saw a miracle. What they saw, that after that you hit the stone, water comes out from the stone. It's a physical hishtadlut. People now believe that if they're going to do a physical thing, they're going to receive money, because we saw it for Moshe. It's been carved in our neshamot. But if Moshe wasn't doing that mistake, and he was talking to the stone and tell him bring water, and he would bring it, we all would have that faith that you can talk, that you receive money.
They poured the physical into mikvah.
So it was Moshe Rabbeinu's mistake. So now you don't have faith, that Borei Olam, confidence in Parnasai and Hashem Yitbarach. It was Moshe Rabbeinu's mistake. It's not your mistake. You need to help Moshe Rabbeinu to fix his mistake. It's not rude, it's not chutzpah to Moshe Rabbeinu. It's written in the Chumash that Borei Olam punished him on that. It was his mistake. We're not mechasim avonotenu. We're not hiding our sins. We're doing tshuva. Moshe Rabbeinu, he was wrong. He's doing tshuva, and now we need to. It was also for the good. It was for the good. If Am Yisrael had that wisdom, they would use it in a very horrible way for sure, and the damage would be a lot worse. So Borei Olam, he knows exactly what it is doing with us. Yes, we need to cancel ourselves to the tzaddikim, and to listen to their advice, and to continue their avodah in the world, to bring it to other places. By being a helper to the Rav, you can bring Harav to places that Harav himself cannot come without you. אין רב בלא תלמידים. The word Rav, rabbi, it's not exist if it doesn't have students. He cannot be a Rav if he doesn't have students. So you are the one that makes him to be a Rav. By being his student, by listening to him. Which Rav is it that his students are not listening to him? It's not an important Rav. An important Rav, that he is important. You see that his students are like him, also running to Hashem Yitbarach, also made out of fire to Hashem Yitbarach. This is an important Rav. That you become to be like a Rav. This is it. It means that he's got the ability to change you, to help you. But it depends on your hishtadlut. One of the Avrechim, 15 years here in the yeshiva, he almost not doing hafatzah at all. For years, he felt always that it's not his subject. He cannot do it. It's not. Doesn't bring him parnasah. He doesn't find himself able to talk to people so well, and it's not his. I talked to him 2 weeks ago. I told him, listen, you have so much to give, and you're not giving. And there is so many people that are thirsty to hear what you have. And when you're talking to an individual person that comes to the yeshiva, how much you're helping him? A lot, right? So what's the difference? Say the same conversation to 20 people. What's the problem? Just find the courage to do it and do it. So he said, look, I don't think that it's my point in Avodat Hashem. I told him, look, in the world to come, they're going to ask you, who is your rabbi? Who was your rabbi? You're going to say, Rav Shalom Arush. They're going to ask you, in what? In what he was your rabbi? In Shmirat HaEinayim? It's not the main thing that he taught us. In Limud Torah, it's not the main thing that he taught you. What's the main thing that he taught you? The importance of Am Yisrael. Love Am Yisrael. To go to Am Yisrael. This is what he is dedicating his life to. It's us. It's to Am Yisrael. He's doing everything for Am Yisrael. He's giving shiurim for Am Yisrael. He's teaching Hitbodedut to Am Yisrael. He's writing those books for Am Yisrael. He's recording those CDs for Am Yisrael. He's going to the world for Am Yisrael. So how can you say that you're a student of Rav Shalom if you weren't Mezakeh Arabim? So he told me, it's too hard what you're saying. I told him why. Say for 15 years I'm talking to a Rav. More than once a week. How can it be that I have never told me those words that you're saying now? I told him, because you never woke up from yourself to do it. And a Rav cannot take your free choice. If you're lazy and you don't want to do it, a Rav will not going to push you to that. You have to have a free choice. I told me, all right, I'm going to daven on that. And he decided to daven. And from that day that I talked to him, for 1 week, he was davening on it every day. That if it's the truth, that B'olam, I'm going to let him see that it's the truth. After a few days, he went with Rav Shalom to a certain drive. They were driving outside from the city. And he said to Rav Shalom, Rav, I want to do 6 hours in Bodedut. On what I should daven? So Rav Shalom told him, you should daven on Kedusha, guarding your eyes. Told him, Rav, but I don't feel that this is the mamash, the thing that I should daven on. What really is the thing that I should daven on? So Rav looked at him and didn't answer. And he told him, Rav, please, tell me the truth. What I miss in my life. Because I feel like a rich person that is walking like a poor one. And I don't know why. So Rav told him, you should daven to be Mezakeh Arabim. Only when he came to that point that he really felt it, that he needs that it's the truth, that it's an option. So Rav been allowed from heaven to share that information with him. It's not a question at all. It's not something, all right, for him, I'm not judging him to say how you got it to that point only after 15 years. It's not a question, I don't judge him. He's got his Yetzirah, he was busy, he's got a lot of things in his life. I can understand it very well. I can understand it very well. But still, how can it be that from your rabbi, you're not taking the main thing that your rabbi is doing? The main thing is Hafratzah. The main thing is to give things to Am Yisrael, that wisdom. It's not belong to us. It's not belong to you. The book Sha'arav Betodah, when I received it, I don't remember how many times I gave it to other people before I opened it to read it myself. When we just opened that shiur, I said, all right, I need to go to the Fatzah to buy a book with Sha'arav Betodah. And I had it. I gave it. One time I gave a shiur and someone asked me if I have another copy. I said no, so gave it to him after the shiur. One time in a azkara, after a funeral, after a year, yortzeit. In the yortzeit I went and I gave a shiur over there, and someone was talking to me, I told him, listen, this is a great book for you, and I handed it to him. So, this is, well, it's my book. No, it's my book. It's shliot. Really, if you have something, you should have Hashem. If you have Hashem, you don't have nothing. You're just happy to serve Him. And only by that a person can come to that aspect of to be a flesh, to hear flesh to the tzaddik, to be the body of the tzaddik. By the shimush. What is the shimush? Rav Shalom told the story for kids. We wrote it. We haven't published it yet. On Rabbi Yehuda Zev Lebovich, when he was a kid, when he was helping his father, Rabbi Yechiel Tzvi Hashem Yikom Damo. And he said that Rabbi Yehuda Zev Lebovich, when he was a kid, he was helping his father all of the time and bringing his slippers and helping him and making cup of tea and bringing it to him. And the father always, he was honoring him and told him, thank you, and I really appreciate it. And one day he took him to a conversation and told him, listen, it's very good. Everything that you're doing is very good. But I know that you want to help me to be Meshamesh, and I appreciate it, and it's great. But the main shimush is to take the things that I'm teaching you and to do them by yourself, and to make them into your life, to put them in your life. This is the main shimush. It's to take that wisdom and to work with it outside. Rabbeinu said, Ta'asu ma'torot tfilot. You should make from the Torah prayers, tefillot. I'm teaching you something, you should go and daven on that. And what you're going to daven? To do that, to have that, to live that wisdom. Alright, I learned it. Great. What is it helping you? The main thing, Ikar Chaser min HaSefer. When we're saying, Ashrei mi sheba v'talmudo beyado, we're praising the one that comes to the world to come with his Talmud in his hand. What it means in his hand? Hand, it's the hands that your actions are depends on your hand. That you are working with your Talmud. Not coming with books in your hands, alright, this is what I brought. No, this is what I was doing. I was doing what I was learning. This is what it means, Asher Mishe Talmudo Beyado. The hands is the faith. It means that you believe in what that you're learning. And if you believe in that, you're going with it, because you go with what you believe. It's for sure. Tzaddik be'emunato yichyeh. A person lives according to his faith. If you believe that parnasah, it depends in effort, so you're working. You have to have parnasah. If you believe that parnasah is coming because of hitbodedut, so you're doing hitbodedut. Like Simcha's wife told him yesterday. So why we're not doing hitbodedut like we should? Like other women told. I heard it from Allah. If you see a miracle, so for the woman, it's obvious. She's saying, so why we're not doing more hitbodedut? It's working. The man is yes, but no, but why? We have huge yetzara. But then they're simple. Rabbeinu said you should learn the faith from the women. Because they're simple. It's not that they're genius, they're just simple. They're just simple. They see it's working. Well, you're crazy not to do that again. You see that it's working. You see that you find joy. You see that you find happiness when you're doing it. So why not to do it again? We have the Siyum, Kvod Rav is there, he's hiding.
No, he's still down.
Alright, soon we're going to do the Siyum for Tur, Shulchan Aruch.
Shulchan Aruch.
I don't know exactly.